Hey guys, my name is Angel Falk, and I'm so glad you're here tonight. And what I really want to share with you is our detox. We have a 10-day detox we do every month. It's called Shred 10 because we are basically shredding bad habits and incorporating new habits. And if you've been doing the shred for a while, it becomes a lifestyle. So we say take the first 10 days of every month and stick to these guidelines, and you can establish a healthy gut bacteria. And then for the other 20 days of the month, we have what's called Live It, which is when you incorporate these same guidelines 80% of the time. Because we know things are going to happen. You're going to have a piece of birthday cake every now and then, or maybe a treat. But what you do day after day after day is what makes the difference, not what you do once a month. Right, I see some heads nodding. Yes. So raise your hand if you've done the shred, if you've done it. All right, cool. All right, cool. So for those who haven't done it, let me just tell you, my name is Angel. I already told you that. And I live in Franklin, Tennessee, but we do this. It's a worldwide mission, guys. It doesn't matter where you live. You can join in because we meet online. And we have a private Facebook group, and we give you all the tools you need and all the support you need. And most of my friends have a gym. They go to the gym every day and work out. But since that's not happening now, I'm going to be in our group. I'm going to do a workout every day in the group. And I always like to start with being mindful and starting with positivity. And y'all know I love Jesus, so I always have to talk about Jesus. So I like to start out my morning with my workout, getting my mind right, and I'm going to be sharing that in our private group. So let me just tell you what we do in the 10-day shred, because I really want to get this out there. We flood our bodies with plant foods because plant foods heal us, right? We know that. And plant foods can change our gut bacteria balance. And we actually have a doctor in the house tonight, and he's going to share some of that as well. But I want to just go through these guidelines really quickly with you guys. Whoops. Sorry, I have all my stuff on my desk because, like we said earlier, Debbie and I aren't fond of cleaning. Okay, so the guidelines, and this is a really cool shred guide, and anybody who wants to join the shred gets this online. Okay, and you can always print it out. A lot of people just print it out. Or I like to copy and save it and put it in my notes, so I always have it. There are recipes in here as well as the guidelines, the science behind it, so that you understand, because if you understand why, you're going to do it better. So it's always good to ask questions, read, do your research. The more knowledge you have, the more power you have. All right? So the first thing is always add more real food. Guys, we're going to eat food that does not come in a box with loads of chemicals, preservatives. We want to eat real food, the produce, your salads, your fruits and vegetables, your berries, your nuts, your seeds, as many plant foods as you can get. We're going to take our Juice Plus, which I'm going to share a little bit more about that, what it is, but it's fruits and vegetables that have been juiced with the skin on, the peels, the seeds, everything. So you're getting all that nutrition, and then the water's taken out and it's put in a concentrated form. So you're getting concentrated plant powders. So we're going to take those, and then you're going to drink, of course, more water than you probably are used to. It's recommended half your body weight in ounces, or as long as your urine is almost clear. Okay, that's going to help the detox. The water helps these plant powders get in your cells and just help you feel amazing, have more energy, and actually detox. You're going to try to sleep 7 to 8 hours every single night, and that means creating a bedtime like a baby. You know, like you tell your 3-year-old, your bedtime's 7 o'clock. You're going to have to give yourself a bedtime and create those healthy habits, turning off electronics and getting that sleep, because while you're sleeping, your body is actually repairing. So you want to have a strong gut, and that's all part of this, is getting the sleep and the nutrition. And then, of course, exercise most days. And everybody's at a different level, so we want you to start where you are. If you're not doing anything, you may want to just do something for 10 minutes a day. if you're already working out an hour a day, maybe you could push yourself a little harder or do something different. But I'm going to be giving you some workouts with some modifications for those that want to join. And then, of course, things we eliminate, things that you want to get rid of, or what causes inflammation. And that is what makes your gut have a predominantly unhealthy balance. Okay, does that make sense? So the things we want to cut out are gluten, dairy, caffeine, alcohol, processed food, artificial and refined sugars. We're going to cut those things out. And this is a big one. This was a big one for me. I don't know if it will be for you, but eating after 6 p.m. Because a lot of us have a habit of late night snacking. And that is one of the worst things we can do, because when you're eating at night, that causes more oxidative stress in your gut. When you're eating, your digestive system has to work. It's working every time you eat. And that is why we call it intermittent fasting. Y'all probably raise your hand if you've heard of intermittent fasting. Yes, yes. So when we do this, guys, your gut gets time to rest and heal, and it's not working, which when it's working all the time, you're aging faster. And how many of you want to look younger? Yes. And feel younger. Yes. So that intermittent fasting is not just about waking up with a flat belly, which I think is pretty nice. But if you can actually sleep better and heal better, and like Sleeping Beauty, the Disney princess, I mean, they knew what she's talking about. You do look younger and feel more refreshed when you get that sleep and not eating at night. So that is the basic guidelines. And what I'd like to do is screen share. Does anybody have a question about just those basic guidelines? Not right now? Okay. Well, if you have questions, just write them down. And if you think of somebody you want to share this with, I encourage you, write their name down, because God will put people on your heart that you know are looking for this and want to get healthier. And we always want to share. It's what it's all about. I'm going to go to my screen share and share with you a short video. Let's see, here we go. Actually, I'm taking you to the website first. Our Juice Plus website, we have more research than every nutritional product in the world. I'm really proud of that. And you can see the main cover page is our immunity research. And I may have Dr. Odo talk about that in a minute here. But what I wanted to show you, what is Juice Plus? If you go to this, let's see, here are the blends. We have 4 blends. The fruit blend are apple, peach, cranberry, orange, mango, acerola, cherry, pineapple, prune, date, beet, and lemon peel. The vegetable blend, broccoli, parsley, tomato, carrot, garlic, beet, spinach, cabbage, kale, rice bran, and lemon peel. The berry blend, Concord grape, blueberry, cranberry, blackberry, blackcurrant, bilberry, raspberry, pomegranate, elderberry, artichoke, and cocoa. And then our omega blend, which is new. Greg, I don't know if you know about the omega blend, but we bypass the fish. So you do not have to worry about fishy taste, fishy burps, that sort of thing, because fish get algae or get the omegas from the algae they eat. So we went straight to the source. We get it from pomegranate seed oil, raspberry seed oil, algae oil, algal oil, I guess is how you say it, tomato seed oil, safflower seed oil, sea buckthorn berry oil. So I love that. It's all plants. All of our products are vegan. And then we have our Complete by Juice Plus, our protein powder. You can make your own protein bars, which are so much healthier. And then we have them already made if you need the bars, if you want a quick snack to go. Everything we have is vegan, non-GMO, only the purest. It's got 15 plant foods, 13 grams of protein, and 8 grams of fiber, which are good for your gut. They come in vanilla or chocolate. We have loads of recipes. You can mix it with water, or you can add all kinds of good stuff to it. And during the shred, we drink 2 of these smoothies every day. And then I'd love to share our Tower Garden. I'm going to hop up here to the Tower Garden, because many people, especially now, because it's hard to get your groceries, if you know what I mean. Now you may want to grow your own. So this is what a lot of people are doing. This is what our family's doing. I know Brandy and Elizabeth have one. I know Dr. Odom has many. I think Maria has one too. But it's a tower garden, so you grow your own food, and you can do it inside like they have it here in their kitchen. This is with the smaller one called the Home, and you can grow anything that grows above ground. Most of us stick to greens and herbs, but you can do cucumbers, eggplant, tomatoes, everything. And then the bigger one is great for growing outside or inside. That's the one we have, and I have a dolly, so I just wheel it outside for the spring and summer. Grow 30% more healthy food 3 times faster. And y'all, this aeroponics started at NASA because they couldn't take dirt into space. So it grows without dirt, which I absolutely love. It's nutrient loaded without loads of work. And you conserve water and space, of course. So it's good for the earth too. I love that. We're getting them in schools, restaurants, smoothie bars, all those things. And even O'Hare, Chicago. And Elizabeth was on Facebook Live today sharing about these. I love that. And then a little about our company, because I'm really proud to be with this company. We have been around for 50 years, starting with water filters, smoke detectors, and then 28 years ago started Juice Plus. And there's nothing else like it. We have more research than every nutritional product in the world. And then we support, where does it say who we support here? I think I have to go up here. I love that we're a company that has heart and giving back. Here it is. We're the largest contributor to St. Jude's. And I know most of you are very familiar with St. Jude's. Here's some of the Boys and Girls Clubs, Volunteers of America, Church Health Center of Greater Memphis. And for those that don't know, our main office is right outside of Memphis. So if you're in the Franklin area and you order Juice Plus, it usually gets here in 1 to 2, maybe 3 days. But I love that. And we are in 24 countries now, which is pretty cool. So that is our website. And then what I wanted to share with you is the Shred. If you go to shred10.com, you can see all kinds of great information. And I'm going to share just one really short video. It's 3 minutes. So let's listen to this about the Shred in particular.
Hi, I'm Dr. Matured.
And I'm Jay Kelly.
I have an engineering degree from Cornell and a PhD in biochemistry from Stanford Medical School. I've been studying health for a long time. Initially, I started out by studying degenerative diseases such as cancer and Alzheimer's. But I watched my father suffer from heart disease, and I lost him to a second heart attack, and my mother Alzheimer's. And I didn't want to go down that path. And I didn't want my children to have to face those kinds of harsh realities either. And I wanted to be as healthy as possible for as long as possible for my children. And I've known Jake since she was 7 years old.
I was lucky enough to grow up in this kind of lifestyle, and I went on to become a 2-sport Division I athlete. After graduating, I became an urban farmer, and then realized that I had to figure out how do I take care of my own health. And part of that healthy lifestyle that I'm talking about included the Juice Plus products and what I learned from Dr. Matured, that they could be a jumpstart to some other healthy lifestyle changes.
We live in such a polluted world that we absolutely cannot eat enough fruits and vegetables to protect ourselves and our family. That's where Juice Plus products really come in, as they are a safe and reliable way to make sure you are getting the additional plant nutrition you need to detoxify these toxins on a daily basis. Juice Plus also acts as a catalyst to help you make other lifestyle changes, such as eating a more plant-strong diet. Using the Juice Plus products, I created the Shred 10 lifestyle for anyone who wants to take their health to the next level. This program is safe and beneficial for all ages, allowing the whole family to join in to create a healthier family.
Besides taking Juice Plus capsules and shakes, we want to increase our intake of water, reduce stress, get 7 to 8 hours of sleep, and exercise most days of the week. We also want to reduce caffeine and alcohol, eating after 6 p.m., and eating processed foods most of the time.
We also want to give up the foods that cause systemic inflammation, hormonal imbalances, and sugar fluctuations. The program provides recipes and support to help you do this. We work together to give up gluten, dairy, and artificial and refined sugars. If you can commit to follow these guidelines, even just for a few weeks, you start to feel so good that you want to continue with this program. Over time, you will experience more and more of a difference in how you look and feel.
When you do this, even just for a few weeks, let alone a few months, you can enjoy the benefits that others have experienced. Craving more fruits and vegetables, healthier weight, better recovery from workout, improved sleep, increased energy, healthier hair, nails, and skin, improved regularity, and improved mental clarity. One of the most important pieces is the supports. Not only will we be shredding alongside you, but we will also add you to our Facebook community where there will be others who are shredding as well, and you'll find our customer guide that is filled with recipes, tracking guides, shopping lists, inspiration, and all kinds of ideas to help you on your journey.
The products are backed by decades of research. They are also affordable and come with a money-back guarantee. I have been taking Juice Plus products for over 25 years. The Shred 10 guidelines are doable, and thousands have benefited from this program around the world. I have been basically living the Shred for almost a decade now. Shred 10 can potentially save you and your family a bundle in healthcare costs while giving you many more active years of looking and feeling great.
And I love the Shred too because I'm convinced that it is helping improve my athletic performance. So if you want to look better, feel better, have more energy, then talk to the person who sent you this video and they can help you get started.
I love that. So cool. Let me stop that. Yeah. So I hope that inspired you and answered your questions about what the Shred is. And we can always go in more depth. And like she said, there are trackers to help you if you're a list person and you want to write down everything. And then I always share my 10-day meal plan. And many people, the first time or two, they copy me, and that's fine. We all share everything. Brandy's great about sharing recipes. I love your fancy cooking. And Cheryl, I think that's Cheryl on here, and she's really a little chef also. So we love everybody to share, and it's just fun to keep each other accountable. But what I really wanted to share is tonight, since we're dealing with this coronavirus, is how the Shred actually helps you build a healthier immune system. And what I've learned from Dr. Odom all these years is that when we get the gut healthy, then your immune system's going to be healthier. Really, everything's going to be healthier. And the gut gets healthier with more plant foods, more plant foods. So that's what we're focusing on and cutting out all the bad stuff, all the unhealthy stuff. So one thing I've learned is 85% of our immune system is in our gut. So I wondered if Dr. Odom would share a little more about that. We've got about 20 minutes. Let me unmute you. Unmute. Okay, now I can hear you.
Okay, good. Well, 20 minutes, I just get started in 20 minutes, so I'll try to summarize. I'm kidding. You did a great job. I really don't have a whole lot to add. But this is so simple. We've been missing the boat in this country forever, as long as I've been alive. We haven't been really focusing on eating correctly because it really hasn't been a big deal. And it hasn't been that big a deal, but slowly but surely, what we're eating every day, I'm saying not the people on this call, but the average population in our country, what we're eating is junk. It literally is not improving our bodies, it's actually destroying it. And it does that very insidiously. It's just very, very subtle. But when you're eating processed food, and the average in this country, the average calorie consumption is 2/3 of all the calories come from processed food. That's 66%. Another 26% come from animal sources. That's 92% of all our calories come from processed food and animal. And not that animals are bad, but it's just a percentage. It's just that we're constantly focusing on what is not really going to improve our health. It's not going to allow us to live longer, have more vitality, more energy. It's going to shorten our life, and it's going to increase the risk for all chronic disease. Did you hear me say all chronic disease? So it literally boils down to one thing. It's called chronic inflammation. A lot of you have heard the term oxidative stress. it's very similar to chronic inflammation. A lot of you know what free radicals are. We're producing them every day. When we're digesting food, that's when we're producing most of them, unless we're an elite athlete. And if we if we are an elite athlete and we are dancing like somebody on this call is 3 or 4 hours a day, she's generating all of these free radicals that have to be neutralized, or if not, she just accelerates aging and she accelerates developing these chronic diseases. So the idea with the Shred 10 is, let's see what we can do to neutralize the damage that's being done, i.e. chronic inflammation. And we know today what we did not know and or realize 25 years ago or 20 or even 15 years ago. But we know today that we're hosting bacteria, like 100 trillion of these little babies. And there's an organ, and it's called the enteric or intestinal microbiome, and it weighs about the same as some of our vital organs, 3 to 5 pounds of these bacteria. And we're realizing that when we're supporting the principles of the Shred 10, then we're supporting the beneficial bacteria. And when we're not supporting the Shred 10 program and we're eating just out of default, which is what we've always done, processed food, sugar substitutes, refined oils, and refined foods, wheat and dairy especially, they're extremely inflammatory. You heard me, Therese, say that on that little video. When we're just eating the way that we normally do, we're just accelerating disease and aging and dying. And so it's so simple. All we have to do is focus on plant food, because it's fiber and phytonutrients that actually feed these beneficial bacteria. And when our gut is balanced, and that means it's favoring the beneficial bacteria, then our immune system, which is primarily located in our gut, it's in the wall of the digestive tract. It's a tube of about 20 some odd feet long, and that's where most of the immune cells are. That's where most of the activity is, and that's where most of the vulnerability is. And that is because when we eat foods, so often they're laced with toxins like Roundup. When we eat food that is so inflammatory, it's causing our immune system to be on overdrive or hyper alert. And especially when we're feeding these non-beneficial bacteria, then we develop what's called leaky gut. And when we have a leaky gut, these gram-negative bacteria, the wrong ones, are putting off a compound that is called LPS, and it is extremely pro-inflammatory, so pro-inflammatory that our digestive tract mucosal wall is not functioning normally, and these inflammatory bowel products are getting into the bloodstream and going all over the body, and especially the brain. So when we have leaky gut, we have leaky brain, and when we have leaky brain, we have so much inflammation that leads to the development of depression and anxiety issues, mood issues, but more so today than ever before, dementia, and a sub area of this umbrella of dementia is Alzheimer's, Parkinson's disease, multiple sclerosis, Lou Gehrig's disease. All of these are directly related to this bacterial balance. So how do we fix it? The Shred 10, the Shred 10, the Shred 10. The Shred 10 feeds the good bacteria that puts our gut in balance, and instead of it favoring the inflammatory bacteria, that's when that happens. That's called leaky gut. It's also called gut permeability, but it's also called dysbiosis, D-Y-S, biosis. And when our bacterial balance favors the good bacteria, it's called symbiosis. And we want to be in symbiosis, because when we're in symbiosis, it's less inflammation. And when we're in symbiosis, and it's in our gut, this is where it starts, and it's where all these autoimmune issues begin. It's in the gut. So the way to fix all this is to fix this gut balance. The way to do that is to eat more fiber and phytonutrients. And the way to do that is to eat plant food 87.5% of the time, which is what our government has been recommending forever, saying 7/8 of your plate every meal every day should be plant food. If we did that, we wouldn't have these issues that we're having. And that's the answer. But that's, again, that's the Shred 10 program. That's the whole concept behind all of this. So thank you for giving me the talking stick for 7 minutes, or ever how long I talked, Angel. And I'll be glad to answer questions. But again, you did a great job. I'm sure nobody has any questions because I know you answered it.
Well, I see Anna's on here from California, and Vivian, my mother-in-law's here. I'm excited about that. And then Marjorie jumped in. I'm glad you're here. But Debbie, what was your question?
Okay, I think we talked about this before, but I just wanted to learn again why we don't drink coffee during the shred.
Oh, so, well, number one, it's a stimulant and it's inflammatory.
Oh,
Ooh, I'm sorry to tell you that. But, oh, I'm so sorry. Listen, I didn't really say that. Coffee is a bean. It is a plant. And I will tell you, I've read an awful lot lately in the last 3, 4, 5 years about how coffee may not be nearly as harmful as we thought in the past. So if that is something that's a deal breaker for you, Debbie, I would say go from 3 cups down to 2, or 2 cups down to 1. Or if you're drinking 1 large cup of coffee, drink a smaller version. And one of the things that you don't want to do is you don't want to add cream, dairy, artificial creamers, or even worse. And you really want to stay away from sugar, especially artificial sugars. So if you're going to drink coffee, drink it black, and just maybe don't drink so much. How's that?
What about almond milk in the coffee?
Oh, that's excellent. That will offset some of the negative effects.
Okay, I'll try to do that one thing, that 1 cup a day. I think I can do that.
I would actually turn that around, Debbie, and I would suggest put a little bit of coffee in your almond milk.
Okay, good deal. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's a good question. And that's always the one thing I haven't. I have admitted it before, y'all. I love my coffee, but Dr. Odom told me have a small cup. So that's a big issue for a lot of people. Does anybody else have another question? Brandy?
Not a question, but a suggestion for Debbie is to put your coffee and almond milk in your shake, in your complete, either your vanilla, and make a shake out of it.
Okay, yes, thank you.
That's
a great suggestion, Brandy.
Excellent. Yes, it tastes better than any Frappuccino from Starbucks, and it's so much healthier. I know I've shown those the nutritional content of a Starbucks versus our complete Frappuccino. Oh my gosh, such a deal breaker there.
You know, through the shred, I actually quit drinking coffee. So I was normally a 1 cup person, but it was like 50-50 creamer, sweetened creamer to coffee. Yeah. So it was more about the creamer, not necessarily the coffee for me. And so with the first time I did the shred, which was 6 months ago, I switched to tea. So I drink hot tea now, and I found different ones that don't have caffeine in them. So I'm still kind of getting that warm drink in the morning. And so yeah, I went for it. Now there was one time after a shred, maybe last month after a shred, I'm like, I want a cup of coffee. And I got almond milk creamer. And I had it, and I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm good. This is not good to me anymore. So I tried it, but that's why the shred is so helpful, because over time your taste buds change.
Yes.
Good.
Cheese was my main thing. Shred. And I can tell you now, I do have it from time to time, but it's not a big deal. Like, I'm totally like, I can take it or leave it.
Yeah. And I've seen your body just transform. Your skin glows, your hair's so thick and long, and yeah. Other people have commented it also. Brandy and I teach Zumba together too.
Oh, okay.
Plus, I have all this new hair. I don't know if y'all can see this, but I have all this new hair growth. It's just this fuzzy hair growth from it's my Juice Plus hair.
I love that. So it's gonna keep growing.
When I wake up in the morning, see, y'all, can y'all see this? This is like all new hair growth. I can't contain it anymore.
Randy, I can tell you that you have never looked better.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
That's awesome.
It really doesn't make your taste buds change. What is happening with the Shred 10 and what is happening with Juice Plus, and when we add more plant food, we're feeding more of these beneficial bacteria. And when we're doing that, the bacteria are literally sending signals to your brain, and 70% of your neurons, your brain, are already in your gut. They don't have far to travel. We used to think it was all about the vagus nerve, that 12th cranial nerve, the sending signals down back to the brain. It's a two-way street. But now we know the bacteria are literally sending signals directly. So the thing that we all want to do, when I was practicing medicine and delivering babies, I would talk to moms incessantly about, you've got to feed your baby the best possible nutrition every day. You can't slip up. It's not so much what to avoid, but what to add every day: fiber, phytonutrients. Then we found Juice Plus, and that really made it easy for me. But instead of telling the mother that you're eating for 2, literally now we tell them you're eating for 100 trillion. You're eating for the good bacteria. The more you can do that, the more you're going to change this ratio. And it's the balance. It's not that the bad bacteria are so bad, the good ones are so good. They are, but it's the balance. It's the balance. So the more that we can function with a whole food mindset, and when we're adding Juice Plus on top of what we're doing, then it is just a no-brainer. And before you know it, you just feel so good that you want to tell everybody. Yeah.
All right, guys, let me get a picture, and then I'm going to close us out. So smile, Cheryl and Susan, if y'all can show your face, great. If not, I'm going to put a cartoon where your face goes. I've learned how to do that. All right, guys, smile. All right. I always want to close with hoping that you do one of 3 things, okay, guys? Number 1, make some healthy changes. We have a website called Healthy Living Revolution, and I'll make sure everyone has that, where there's recipes, there's webinars on how to help your gut bacteria get healthier, all these things. And then number 2 is adding Juice Plus to your diet. I think most of us on this call have already done that, but that is a great step to get those nutrients in. And then number 3 is to share with us, to partner with us, to bring your friends and your family into this community. So I hope you do one of those 3 things or all 3, and let us know how we can help you. So thank y'all for coming. Have a wonderful night. Stay safe. Stay inside. Enjoy your family. Bye.
Wash your hands.
And wash your hands.
Great job.
Wash your thumbs and in between, right? Love y'all. Bye. Thank you, Dr. Odom.
Thank you.